Hey you. Yes, you. Remember that time when you were like 10 or 12 years old and went to look for a tutorial on how to buy Vocaloids but all you were met with was random videos not explaining anything? Or that time where you went on the official Vocaloid website to buy your favorite Vocaloid but they weren't available? Most Vocaloid fans probably had this problem before. No one was there to explain anything about the voicebanks itself to you. Well, fear not. I am here to rescue your confused little brain and explain how you can legally buy Vocaloids. As a person who legally owns a lot of voicebanks plus 2 Vocaloid editors, I can just say that I am very experienced when it comes to this stuff. Now before I begin I should probably first explain what even a Vocaloid is. Even though you should know that by now since that's probably the reason why you clicked on this video in the first place. So, Vocaloid is a software synthesizer that allows users to create artificial vocals similar to a human voice through speech synthesis. In short, a program that can make cute anime characters say and sing anything that you want. I was originally gonna make this video voiced by the Vocaloid Utatane Piko but my editor kept crashing so I gave up.
But me you. Will I have to spend millions of dollars just to get cool characters to sing for me?
Well, it depends on the site or person you're buying it from. Now that we got that cleared up, I'm gonna show you how you can even find voice banks. Let's start with Miku and her friends since that's who you probably want to buy first. Vocaloids like Miku, Rin and Len, Luca, Kaido and Muko are actually not even Vocaloids anymore. Since 2019, Miku and friends who are now called Vocaloids moved to their own engine called peopl Studio. But of course that doesn't mean you can't use the voice banks with the Vocaloid editor anymore. The best way to buy them is off SonicWire. They have every Vocaloid that was ever made. For beginners I actually recommend buying Rin and Len V4X since they are easy to use. Every Vocaloid you buy off here comes with peopl Studio and Studio One. Warning, when you do buy multiple Vocaloids off here they will still come with peopl and Studio One. Even if you already own those 2 programs. You can also download their voice banks as a demo which is free. When you own a demo voice bank you can only use it for a limited amount of time with limited features. Once your testing time runs out you won't be able to use them anymore. SonicWire sells their voice banks for the original price of any Krypton voice bank, but if you're lucky enough you might be able to buy them cheaper if a sale should happen. Since I don't own peopl Studio I can't really tell you if it's better than any Vocaloid editor. Now, let's move on to other Vocaloids. For example, let's just say you want to buy Megaloid, also known as Gumi. Gumi is one of the Vocaloids you can actually buy off the official Vocaloid website. Now I am not saying you should buy off the official website but personally I don't really like buying off the official website. Why? Cause Yamaha has a habit of blasting their newer voice banks on the front page, which makes it harder to find a bit older voice banks plus you can never buy older Vocaloid editors on the official site. The only one you'll be able to buy is the newest one which is currently Vocaloid 6. How is the pricing on Vocaloid.com? More popular voice banks will cost more than not so popular voice banks. If you want to have every version of Gumi's V4 voice bank then you would have to pay $201.80 before tax. If you only want her power voice bank then you would pay $92.25 before tax. Pretty expensive, right? Other voice banks like Mayu, VOCALOID, Merly and many more only cost around $60 to $70. If you do want to spend that much money on a voice bank then I would use Vocaloid.com. Most of the time you'll be able to find most of the popular voice banks on there anyways. Now, let's talk about where to buy English voice banks. If you're looking for the English voice banks of Miku and her friends then you can buy them of SonicWire, like I mentioned before. But if you want to buy other English voice banks like Dex and Dana I recommend using 0G. They have some cheap English voice banks like Sonica and even Tomeo and Prima. I don't really have much to say about this site, so what other sites do recommend for Vocaloids? Sites like Yahoo Action Japan, Japanese Amazon and BigFishAudio.com. On sites like Yahoo Action Japan and Japanese Amazon you'll be able to find some Vocaloids for rather cheap prices. BigFishAudio.com has a lot of voice banks that you can buy with their box and not just as a digital purchase.
But how can I buy Vocaloids like Utatane Piko, Lola, Leon and Miriam?
I'm glad you asked. But sadly all of these voice banks are discontinued. What does that mean? It means that you can't buy them legally anymore unless a third party sells that voice bank. If you're lucky enough you'll be able to find those voice banks on Yahoo Auction Japan, but most of the time they go for a pretty high price and are rather high in demand. Anyways, that's all for today. Thanks for watching and
wait. How can I get free Vocaloids though?
Either you sell your soul to Hatsune Miku herself or piracy.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.